Hey, so ready to get the answers for test 3? So in my astrology test 3, I showed you this chart, and I asked you what is happening in this chart. Okay, you have Sun in Pisces in the ascendant, you have Mars in Virgo in the 7th house, and you have Saturn in Aquarius in the 12th house. And what I forgot to mention, and it was my fault, to ask you also the technical things that are happening in this chart. What are the technical things besides the meaning of this chart? So if you want to answer them right now, you can actually put a comment below. Pause this video or I'll just wait like 3 seconds for you to pause the video. Did you pause it? Okay. Okay. Want to know the answer? So the two technical things that are happening in this is this. Actually three. One, it's creating what is known as Parivartan Yoga. In Vedic astrology, certain planetary combinations and aspects create a certain vocabulary known as yogas. So when two planets are mutually looking at each other, as in this chart, Sun is looking at Mars, Mars is looking at Sun, it's creating a Parivartan Yoga, meaning that this person will get a lot of opportunities in their life to do in any aspect of life, and they can be positive or negative both. Okay, but it depends on this person if they want to take it or not. That's where the free will comes in. So, if they apply for a job 10 times, if a person might get 3 interviews, they might get 7 interviews out of those 10 jobs. That's what happens with Parivartan Yoga. They got a lot of opportunities to better their life. Now, do they want to? That's up to them. So that's one technical thing that's happening. Number 2 is that this person is Manglik, because Mars is in the 7th house. If you don't know what Manglik is, check out my video of what Manglik is on my astrology playlist. That means this person should, because Mars is in the 7th house in a certain position, so what's happening is either this person will get married really early or will get married really late. But since two malefic planets are mutually looking at each other, okay, in the 1st and 7th house of marriage, this person will have a very argumentative marriage, very aggressive marriage, and it could lead to a divorce depending on other planets. But if you just looked at this combination, you can say this person could suffer a lot of tension in marriage. And it's in this condition, it's better to get married late than very early. And I've seen people with this kind of alignment get married at the age of 19, 20, and then they get divorced by 23, 24. So it's better to let your mind mature, because Sun in the mind is making this person very egoistic, very much about, okay, this is my decision and that's it, and I know it's right. Well, they don't know that decision might be disillusionary. Okay, so that's what's happening. Now, number 3 thing that's happening is that Saturn, the technical thing, the Saturn being in the 12th house and Lord of the 12th house, is creating what is known as Viprit Raj Yoga. What is Viprit Raj Yoga? Viprit means reversal. Raj Yoga means fortune, status, kingly status in life. And so what's happening whenever in a birth chart, your house, the Lord, the planets that rule the houses of 6th, 8th, and 12th places are sitting in the 6th, 8th, or 12th places, creates a Viprit Raj Yoga. Meaning, if the 6th Lord is sitting in the 8th house, or 8th house looking in the 6th Lord, or 6th Lord sitting in the 12th house, or in our case, 12th Lord is sitting in the 12th house. Saturn is sitting in its own sign of Aquarius, because it rules Aquarius. So it's creating reversal of fortune. So what happens is this person might either suffer a sudden windfall of money in their life, or windfall of status, like suddenly they win a lottery and they get $1 million. Or if they're in a higher status, out of nowhere, suddenly they just lose that position and they become, literally homeless in their life. And so they have these reversal of fortunes in life. And so this is what's known as Viprit Raj Yoga. Now, most of you also said this person might be bald, because Sun is sitting in the ascendant. And ascendant, the 1st house, represents your head. And since Sun is a hot planet, what it does, it burns your hair follicles. And your hair might be really thin, and you might lose it between your 30 and 40 years of age, especially for men. But it usually occurs very severely when Sun is in the fiery or air signs, okay, like Sagittarius and Gemini, okay, like Aries or Leo, or Aquarius and Libra type of signs. Why? Because air signs give air to the fire. So they increase the fire. They spread it out. Fire and fire creates more fire. So when the hotness of the sun is really active on the head, it kills the hair follicles. But since sun is in Pisces, it's in the water sign. So what's happening, it's neutralizing the sun's effect to burn the hair follicles. So this person may not be, getting bald so quickly. So that's what you gotta remember. Okay, another thing that's happening is that Saturn being in the 12th house in its own sign gives this person a strong inclination towards mysticism, mystical subjects, unorthodox subjects, kind of like astrology, numerology, like meditation, astral travel, regarding aliens and ghostly activities. They're interested in that because Saturn represents the dark world. Saturn is a signifactor of dark world, and it's also a signifactor of 12th house. So this person wants to experience it. However, Saturn is a slow-moving planet, and it's also a planet of blockage to a certain time. So their imagination, which is represented by the 12th house, might be blocked. This person may not be able to experience the vivid dreams that they want to experience unless there's a benefic aspect on this house. But we don't have that in this chart, in this example. So just by looking at that, it can block imagination or dream state of this person till at least, in their 30s, up to their 30s. And also this person can be inclined to moving to foreign lands because the 12th house represents foreign lands, going across the sea. So especially in this Saturn time period, which is known as Dasha, this person can move out of country. Okay, so these are the basic things that are happening in this test number 3 that I showed you. And also the anger problem. You guys also mentioned that this person will be angry because sun is in the ascendant. Yes, that can happen. But remember, sun is in a water sign, so it might be a bit stable also on that, unless there was Rahu sitting with the sun, or Rahu was in the second house. But yes, anger is happening as well, just in these 3 alignments. It's happening, but not to a really severe point. Okay, so this was a basic test of astrology that I give you guys every week, so you guys can just start understanding all these things. And now if you're new to my channel, hey, subscribe above, because you just are learning the dynamics of astrology. And if you want to know more about it, check out my link below in the description sections. Check out my book, Astrology at the Speed of Light, my articles, my videos there as well. And otherwise, I will see you soon with another video. Hopefully today, maybe tomorrow. Who knows? So subscribe. Bye-bye.